PSG. This game was full of really good finishes and some comical displays of football within the players. There were players who were making errors in their own defensive half, including the man of the evening, Vitinha, who was a hat-trick hero from central midfield. His finishes were beautiful, like polished, second to none, out of this world type finishes. He has a left-footed finish that curls around Bentancur for his second goal. The first goal is it's a blinder. It's one of those kind of like one-touch, side foot, roof of the, like right under the bar and into the net. And it ripples. Great goal. Both of these first two goals. But he does give Spurs a goal. He does give Spurs a goal. But the finish from Colomwani, he's a little bit lucky, but Colomwani has two really strong finishes in this game. One great volley and one thunder, like around the edge of the net, like ground ball, hard hit. And, three of Tottenham's goals, there's two of the three, I would say, there's mistake. You can always micro-analyze a goal and find a defensive error. But in this game, you don't even have to micro-analyze to find the comical errors that some of the people made, and especially like Vitinha losing the ball where he did, and then Romero giving the ball to Papsa, who had a tough outing. Papsa, he doesn't see the press coming from behind him. He gets robbed of the ball. PSG score through the Spanish midfielder, Fabian Ruiz. And so this was a really good game, 5-3. I didn't expect that, especially when Tottenham under Frank have chosen to be super conservative against some of these so-called big teams. So this was a fun game, and it's worth a watch. If you didn't see it live, you still have a lot of fun watching it. And this one, again, like a lot of these games, you can't tell the results, like the meaning of the results yet, because all these teams are kind of like clustered near each other, and all of them will be playing teams that are so-called weaker sides soon, and then they'll accumulate the points that they need to get to qualification. But it's still fun to have these kinds of fixtures this early in the league phase. And then Mbappe had himself a night to remember, 4 goals. Benny Jr. was a good Robin to Mbappe's Batman, had 2 assists, unlucky to not have had a goal. I think Mbappe or someone was offside early in the build-up to his shot taken, kind of like Thierry Henry style finish. And Vinny, Mbappe Madrid had themselves a night, but like the only worry for Madrid would be the concession of goals. The game ended up being 4-3. It didn't need to be that bad for them. But yes, Olympiacos, they're fighters, great spirit, they never say die kind of vibe. But if you're Real Madrid, you're kicking yourselves in your tails for conceding 3 goals. But you take the win and you move. And then elsewhere in Europe, basically, I won't speak too much on the Arsenal game because like I did a whole podcast on it before yesterday. Auba had a fairy tale night in Marseille against Newcastle. 2 really good finishes. Great help from Nick Pope. I don't know what Nick Pope was thinking, especially for that second goal. He gets rounded and Auba just hits it from almost near the corner flag, like to finish it. It's a great finish from Aubameyang. The second finish is even better. And you can't really blame I can't blame Nick Pope for that one. It's just stupendously good finishing from Aubameyang, who has been one of Europe's best forwards over the last 10 years. He obviously gets a bad rap because of, the way he carries himself and whatnot. But man, nobody can ever lie and say this man is not one of the best strikers of his generation. One of the best, 1 golden boot in Germany, 1 golden boot, even though it was a tie in England. I don't remember if he won the golden boot in France with Saint Etienne, but I know that he was prolific there. He's just scored wherever he's been. He's had at least 1 20-goal season. And even when he left Arsenal, he was still kind of like closer to his peak powers. Went to Spain, played about 17 games, 18 games, scored 10, 11 goals. Great night for him. Great night for Loem and those passionate fans in Marseille.